My name is Sarah. I'm 26 years old and I'm originally from the United States. So for years I struggled with sleep issues from a young age. As long as I can remember, I would just be an insomniac. I just couldn't sleep, and I'd want to do stuff and justify making sure that I didn't go to sleep at night from a young age, and I'd struggle waking up every single morning of my life. It was always a big issue for me. So after we got married, we started experiencing a lot of attempted break-ins at the house we were staying at. I think for about a 7-month period we had about 5 or 6, and one where they actually got in, and I just felt so much fear and anxiety at that time, where I would force myself to stay awake until I saw the sun, and then I would only sleep from like 4 o'clock till I had to work in that morning. Over time, I still had this issue. Even we moved to a farm further away where I thought I would feel safer and more content and less in the town. And even then, I'd wake up with like multiple times a night terrors, and waking up my husband hearing things, or the dogs would be barking, and I would like quickly make Henrik go check and see what was wrong. And it wasn't a way of living. My poor husband was exhausted because I would constantly wake him up in the night, or I'd have a nightmare and I'd feel like I had to go check on Mackenzie, or it just was a non-ending cycle. And I just got to a point where I realized, no, I have a lot of fear in my life and I need to find what the root is, because I'd prayed and asked God to reveal it and I still wasn't getting anywhere. So I needed people to facilitate me. And so during my sozo, a lot of things popped up, and I feel layer by layer it was more prevalent that fear was like the thing that was holding me back and making me, it was the root of lots of other things that spread from that. Irene and Johan really trusted with me that God would reveal it, and in just in an instant my eyes kind of just opened to this memory that I didn't think was such a big deal at the time, but I realized really was a major shifting point in my life, where it seemed so silly at the time, but so my parents wanted me to wait a long time to have my first sleepover, but I kind of pushed. I was like, nah, I want to go to my first sleepover. And around 6 or 7, we went. My parents let me go to a good family friend's house with a bunch of other girls, 6 or 7 of us, and we watched a quite girly movie that was on TV that night. And so they turned the lights off and gave us all popcorn and like cool drink, and we were all laying there drinking and eating, and as the movie progressed, it was quite a long movie, everyone around me slowly just fell asleep. And at the end of it, I was just all by myself, sitting there in the dark, finishing this movie, and straight after the movie, a commercial for the next movie popped up, and it was actually a horror movie, and all these memories flooded into my head with Irene and Johan. I just like burst into tears like a little girl again, and I just remember just seeing quickly like some gore, and just fear and shame gripped me immediately. And I just remember being a little girl and just seeing those, like it probably was like a few seconds that my mind just went into panic mode, and I went under my sleeping bag, and I just remember praying, Lord Jesus protect me, Lord Jesus protect me. And I just was so full of shame and condemnation, even though it wasn't my fault. I just felt so embarrassed and afraid, and I couldn't control any of my emotions. And I just remember thinking, God, are you there? Turn off the TV. And we prayed, and God revealed that he had been there, and he just brought such a peace to my heart during my sozo that no, I've been there, and look how I've protected you. And he just kind of revealed all the lies that I'd filled my life with, and didn't even realize it. And I just cried basically that whole day, because you hold these emotions and you don't even realize that you had, and when they're released, it just feels like, it just feels just freedom, and a rest came over me, like not a exhaustion rest, but like a peace and a release, I'd call it. And that night I went to bed at 8 o'clock, slept through the whole night, didn't wake up once. And for me, that is like, that never happens. God is constantly reminding me of that verse he has, where God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, out of love, and a sound mind. And it's something that I know has been broken off my life, and I felt the freedom and I felt the release of that, and yeah, it's a whole new life I'm experiencing.